All right, good morning, everybody. Got to make sure I get my stopwatch going so we don't end up doing an hour-long class, right? Unless you guys are ready for an hour-long class. Well, I hope that you guys are having a great day and that your week is going really well. And thanks so much for joining me this morning. So today hey Bruno, today we're going to start on our backs. So go ahead and come onto your back, have the feet hip-width distance apart. We did this earlier in the week. So I just want you to come back and find that comfortable position so we can start to tune into our day and tune into the time that we have together. One hand is going to be on the belly. One hand's going to be on the heart. And with the feet on the floor, I want you to feel this entire connection of the body to the space that you're in. Start to breathe deeply into the hands. You'll just take a few breaths here, arriving, letting go of your morning if you rush to get to your mat, letting go of anything that's going to happen throughout the rest of the day. And take another full breath into the body. Feel the hands lifting, feel the sides of the body expanding. And then let's take our 3 cleansing breaths to begin our time together. So take a deep breath in through the nose. Open the mouth, sigh it out. And do that again. Bigger inhale. And a fuller exhale. One last time. Big inhale here. And a full exhale. Before you move the hands, just think of your intention for the day. Think of how you want to feel, how you want to respond and react. And maybe think about giving a little bit more today instead of receiving. Instead of trying to be understood, maybe you try and understand the other person. And instead of seeking to be loved, maybe you seek to love others. So just think about how you are giving to the world today. Let's release the hands to the sides of the body. Seal the lips. Find that conscious breath within. And we'll go through a few flowing bridges. So on the inhale, I want you to press into the feet really firmly. Start to lift the hips. And at the same time, you're going to bring the arms up and overhead. You'll use your entire breath. So get to the top, and then the hands come behind the body, palms on the floor, or the backs of the hands on the floor. And then use that same exhale to slowly bring everything down. And try and get the hands and the low back to touch at the same time. So you're really slowing down. We'll do that one more time. Press into the feet. Slowly start to lift the hips. Hands come up and overhead. Backs of the hands touch. Hips lift to their highest point. Find that tiny little pause. And then use the exhale to start coming all the way down. Nice and slow. Use control. You might start to feel the legs engaging here. The thighs, hamstrings. Sacrum touches the floor. Bring that right knee into the chest. You can move it back and forth a little bit like we started to do on Monday just to warm up the hip socket. And then roll out the ankle. Go in both directions. And then you'll bring that knee into the chest. Extend it straight towards the ceiling. Interlace the hands behind the hamstring and just flex the foot. You're going to press the hamstring into the palms. And even if you have a little bend in the knee, I still want the foot to be flexed so that energy is coming out of the heel. And then feel this right hip drop down to the floor. So sometimes because we're lifting the leg up, it pulls the hip up. So see if you can drive the hip down. And you're still pressing the hamstring into the palms. And you'll take another full breath here. And then go ahead and place the ankle on top of the on top of the left knee, the right ankle on top of the left knee, and you'll flex the feet, come into a figure four shape. So, hey buddy. Grab onto that left hamstring, press the right knee away, and you're gonna feel the same thing, the left hamstring pressing into the palms on this side. But at the same time, see if you can press that knee forward, and then pay attention to this right hip. See if you can press the hip forward as well. And take another full breath. And you're going to place the left foot on the floor, cross the right leg all the way over, open up into a twist. So arms come open, knees are going to fall down to the left, and then maybe the gaze goes towards that right armpit or the right hand. You can use the leverage of the left hand on top of the thigh just for a little bit of weight, and then take a full breath here. When you come back into center, I want you to keep that cross of the legs, tighten it up now so there's no space, and then you're going to bring the arms actually out to a cactus pose. Right elbow is going to come underneath the left. Move out of the way, buddy. And then the backs of the hands are going to touch, or maybe you circle the palms to touch. So I want you to press the elbows away, lift the feet, and maybe if you can circle the toe behind the ankle, you find that hook. And then we're going to inhale, open up. So if this isn't working for you, you can just bring the backs of the hands together. And with the arms, you're going to open up. Take a big inhale here, and then when you exhale, you're going to lift the chest, lift the knees, and try and bring the elbows together. Bruno, you are in my face. Inhale to come back open, or to come open the body again, and then exhale, round. We'll do that one more time, getting a little bit of core action. Open up, and then exhale to round. You're going to open back up the arms to cactus pose. Bring the feet next to one another. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Left knee is going to hug into the chest. Wrap the hands on the shin. Maybe just move that left knee back and forth to start lubricating the left hip. You can roll out the ankle, the foot, if that feels good. And then we're going to straighten through the left leg, flex the foot, energy reaches through the left heel. Interlace the hands behind the left hamstring, and you're pressing the hamstring into the palms. Soften that left hip down to the floor. And keep a nice flex through that left foot, even if the knee is bent. Take another full breath here, pressing the hamstring into the palms. And then we'll release that hamstring, place the left ankle on top of the right knee. Pick up the right foot, both feet are flexed, and you're interlacing the hands now around the right hamstring. So the same thing on this side, press the right hamstring into the palms, press the left knee forward, and then feel the left hip drive down. Take another full breath here. You'll release the right hamstring, cross that left leg all the way over, open up the arms, come into your twist on the opposite side. You can hook the ankle if you have it, maybe place the right hand on top of the left thigh, just let the knees come down to the right. Gaze can be straight up or towards the left armpit. You'll take one more full round of breath. So let's inhale to come up, keep the legs crossed tightly. You're gonna lift the right foot off the floor. Maybe if you have it, you can hook the ankle on this side. I don't, barely got it. Arms come out to a cactus pose. You're gonna bring the left elbow underneath the right. So backs of the hands touch, or maybe the palms touch. And then we'll inhale to open up. Exhale, you're gonna round, lift the knees, lift the shoulders, bring the elbows towards the knees. Inhale to straighten, and then exhale to round again. We'll do that one more time. That's it. Inhale, open up. And then as you exhale, engage the core, belly button comes towards the spine. You'll release the arms back out to that cactus, step the feet next to one another, and then just take a full breath here. Notice maybe that energy that you're creating within the torso, within the core. Maybe notice the difference of the legs now. Knees are going to come into the chest. Wrap the arms around the shins. Lift the forehead up. I want you to soften the shoulders down the back. And then engage the core. And you're going to start to rock forward and backwards on the spine. So do that 2 or 3 times. This helps to wake up the back side of the body. So I know it looks kind of funny, but it does help wake up the spine. So then you're going to cross over the ankles, come into our table pose. So I mentioned this earlier in the week, if the wrists are sore, you can roll the mat at the top when you come into downward dog. Place the heels on the edge of the mat, fingertips onto the floor, and that'll help relieve some of that pressure. You also have the option to do fists too. So find what works for you. Find your foundation, knees underneath the hips. Inhale, reach the heart forward for cow pose. Exhale, you're going to round the back, bring the chin towards the chest, belly button to the spine, cat pose. And again, inhale, reach the heart forward. Exhale to round. Pause here. You're going to step that right foot back. Press into the ball of the right foot. Maybe you get some pops in the ankle, the foot, the toes. You can even curl the toes under. And then left or right heel reaches back, left arm reaches forward, or you can keep the palm on the ground. So if you want to just stay here, that's great. As you exhale, you have the option to round, bring the elbow towards the knee. Practicing our balance, inhale to reach, exhale to round. And we'll do that one more time. Inhale, extend, exhale to bend. Right hand comes down, or left hand comes down, right knee comes down. Left foot steps back to the ball of the left foot. You can rock and roll on this side as well. Maybe even get into the toes. And then when you're ready, left heel lifts, right hand extends. Take a deep breath in to find length. Exhale to round. Again, inhale, extend. Exhale, elbow to knee. One last time. Inhale, reach the fingertips forward, heel back. Exhale to bend. Right hand comes down, left knee comes down. Walk the knees back just a little bit, and you're going to tuck the toes under. Let's come into our first downward facing dog. So when you come up, reach the sit bones nice and high. And even if you need a little bend in the knees, feel your booty lifting as high as possible and your heart coming closer to the front of the thighs. Take another breath here. Inhale to come up high onto the tippy toes. Bend the knees and look forward. You're going to walk or hop behind your hands, behind the thumbs. Inhale, find that flat back. Rock the weight into the toes. Exhale to fold forward. You're going to bend the knees, come all the way up with the hands. Palms are going to touch. Exhale, bring the hands down to your heart. Close the eyes for a moment. Remember your intention. And remember your breath. That breath is going to keep you connected to each moment throughout the day. Feel the feet grounding into the floor, almost like you were rooting down into the floor. And then feel the crown of the head get a little bit taller towards the ceiling. One more breath. And then we'll inhale, arms sweep up, palms touch. When you exhale, you're going to hinge at the hips, fold forward. Come all the way down. Release the hands. Inhale, find your flat back. Rock the weight into the toes. Soft shoulders and gaze stays down. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees. Plant the palms. Step back. Find plank pose just for a moment so you find that distance. And then as you exhale, I want you to come up, find your downward facing dog. Deep breath in and a deep breath out. Inhale, the right leg is going to lift, look forward. Plant the foot right next to the right thumb. Keep the left knee lifted. Sink down into your right knee. Core is going to engage. You'll use your inhale to rise up into your high lunge. Soften the shoulders. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. So you can keep the hands lifted. Stay with your breath. Listen to where we're going to go before you move. So you're going to engage that right thigh. You're going to, in one motion, hopefully, we're going to stand on that right leg with the left knee hugged into the chin. So you can move as slowly as possible, right? Drag that toe up, hug the knee. If hugging the knee doesn't work for you, maybe you just lift the knee and the hands stay at the hips. Wherever you are, take a deep breath here. Lift up through the shoulders, or lift up through the crown of the head, but soften the shoulders. You can keep a little flex in that left foot. And then notice, does this right hip want to start helping out? Make sure everything stays aligned over that right ankle. Every here. You're going to bend this left knee out to the left. Sit back. Bring the hands either to the hips, the heart, or right alongside the ears for a figure four position. So we did this on our back. It's probably a little more challenging balancing on one foot though. So take deep breaths here. Find a place that you can gaze at. That's going to help your balance. Take one more full cycle. Really good. If the hands are lifted, let's bring them to the hips just for a little bit of foundation. Rise up on that right leg, stay balanced. Bend the left knee, and then you're gonna slightly bend this right knee to step back to your high lunge. How'd that work out for you? It's okay? So we'll keep bending into this right knee, lower the left knee down, keep the toes tucked. Inhale to sweep the arms up. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, come into cactus arms. Pull the shoulder blades together. We'll do that again. Inhale to straighten. Exhale, come into cactus. Bring the palms together. Take a deep inhale to lengthen through the spine. When you exhale, you're going to twist towards the right knee. So the elbow can be on the outside of the thigh and the palms can be together. If that's too much for you, then maybe put the fists together, right? Or if that's too much, then maybe you just stay upright, twist towards this right thigh, open up the arms. So a couple of options there. Pick what that works for you today. And so listen to your body. Maybe you challenge yourself a little bit. So if the elbow is right next to the thigh, hug it really close, press the palms together, and then you have the option to lift that left knee for a little bit of extra challenge. Gaze towards the elbow or that right shoulder. Take a full breath. Really nice. Can lower the left knee if it's lifted. Inhale to come back to center, arms right alongside the ears. Use your next exhale to bring the hands down to the floor. Lift the left knee, step back, find plank pose just for a moment. Take a deep breath in, and then we'll come back into our downward facing dog. Notice how maybe the right side feels a little bit longer. Can soften the shoulders. Take another full breath. Use your inhale to lift the left leg. Look forward. Exhale to plant it right next to that left thumb. Reach the heart forward. Soften the shoulders. Take another full breath here to engage the core. And then your next inhale is going to lift you to find your high lunge. Soft shoulders. Keep pressing into the ball of the left foot. If the hands by the ears aren't working for you today, you can bring them to the heart or back to the hips. Still want you to lengthen the torso up though. Keep sinking down into that left knee. Taking a full. So before you move, imagine where you're going. We're gonna balance on that left foot. You can keep the hands where they are, or maybe bring them to the hips, and then just start to drag that right foot up. Hug the knee if you have it. You can just lift the knee and keep the hands at the hips if that feels better. Find your dristi, your gazing point. And before you do any other movements, I want you to feel really rooted in that left foot. Feel the entire foot connected to the floor. If you need to use anything to help you balance a wall or a chair, you can go ahead and do that. And then hands are gonna come to the hips. You're gonna bring that right knee out to the right, place the ankle on top of the left knee and sit back. Find your figure 4 position. You can keep the hands at the hips, bring them to the heart now, or maybe right alongside the ears. So balancing on one side or the other is usually more challenging, right? So if this is your harder side, really breathe deeper. Focus on that point that your dristi, your focal point. Take another breath, soften the jaw, soften the tongue away from the roof of the mouth. You can take one more breath here. Hands can come back to the hips. Very gently rise up. Right knee is in line with the right hip. Put a little bend in that left knee. Gently step the right foot back. Find your high lunge once again. Arms can come right alongside the ears. And then we're gently placing that left knee down to the floor. Find your arm position. Hands can be at the heart. They can be at the hips or that fist position. You're gonna twist